Happy Friday, leaders. It's Asia Bribiesca-Hedin here with Bridgewell Professional Services. I'm the CEO of Bridgewell, a leadership development and strategy execution company here in Southern California. And today I want to talk to you specifically about leadership. And because one of the questions I like to ask is, what if you could get out of your own way and out of your head so you can lead yourself and your teams and your priorities in a way that actually lets you work towards what you want and stand out as a leader? So I want to talk specifically today about confidence, self-confidence, like what the difference is and why understanding the difference is important to your leadership effectiveness. So if you are like most people, you find that you lead effectively and confidently in some circumstances, but not in others. And that's okay. That is absolutely common. And there are a couple of reasons for that. But what I want to say is that confidence is based on evidence. It's something that you've done or something that you're familiar with from your past. You've been successful at it. You've navigated that space before, and you're confident that you can navigate it successfully again. Right. So it comes from outside, from something out there that you've done or seen or known. And that is what I like to refer to as circumstantial confidence, right? So circumstantial confidence. And that's because it's circumstantially dependent and circumstantially motivated, right? So that makes perfect sense. Circumstantial confidence is fantastic, and it's often enough when change is minimal and things are pretty much going according to plan. The problem is that when we're in times of change, we don't have the comfort of familiarity. We don't necessarily have the evidence. We don't have the past success to fuel our confidence in how we decide to make decisions. And in fact, my experience has been that it's usually the opposite, and that there's plenty of uncertainty, there's confusion, there are conflicting communications and expectations, and just what most of us would consider chaos. So, really, is it any wonder why we would hesitate to lead, you know, wholeheartedly and with all of our skills and brilliance when there is a lot of change? Of course not. It makes perfect sense. And not only are we not leading with confidence at that time when we need it most, but we might even be making decisions based on what we're afraid of versus what do we want to make happen. And what we want in times of change as leaders is real self-confidence. Like real self-confidence, it's independent of stability or of change or of chaos or anything like that. And real self-confidence, it just allows your leadership and your decision-making ability to be driven by your objectives versus being literally at the mercy of that past success or comfort or familiarity or evidence. With self-confidence, you get to make decisions from a place of knowing that you're going to rise to the challenge, right? Even if things are turned upside down. And here's why that's true, because real self-confidence, it comes from inside. It's always available. It's based on your belief and ability to just figure it out, right? Whatever that it happens to be for you in the moment. And to count on yourself for that. And knowing that, even if your best attempt at what you're doing blows up in your face and you're totally embarrassed and humiliated, you're not going to make it mean you're not good enough and shouldn't be up to big things. I mean, look, if you can't count on yourself, you're going to feel insecure. And worse yet, you're probably going to feel victimized by the constantly changing circumstances instead of feeling like you're in charge and in control and capable of leading when really you and your team needs it most. So here's why it's so important at a time where stability is kind of fleeting and change is constant and frustrating even the best leaders. Because if you think you can only do the things that you've done before and only show up well there, you won't be able to help yourself or your teams create the results and the outcomes that you're looking for in the future. And let's face it, the only reason that we undertake any sort of change or transformation or strategic plan is because we see the possibility of that future. But if we're not showing up at our best, the possibility of that future really becomes fleeting. Now, when you know how to create and maintain self-confidence in the face of constant organizational change, right? In the face of crumbling strategies and bad bosses and confused boards and fragile egos, you become the leader that others want to follow. So once you have an approach that teaches you how to make decisions on purpose versus reacting or caving to self-doubt, what this level of, self-confidence and decision making gives you is literally the ability to lead yourself and others to the best of your ability, independent of what's going on. So anyway, I'm going to go live a few times over the next few days talking about this. You can actually find one of my recent, it's a full nearly hour session talking about how to lead in times of change, how to lead with confidence in times of change. So I hope you do look for that video. And also, if this resonates, if you want to go deeper with this, I want you to check out my Leadership Confidence Intensive Weekend. That's coming up December 11th and 12th. During that weekend, we're going to be diving right into creating real self-confidence. It's what I use with my one-on-one coaching clients over a 6 and 12 months of working together, and it is going to be fantastic. It's accelerated. It's intended to provide a tremendous amount of value and allow you to start the year just on an amazing trajectory. I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited if this is something that resonates. You can go get all the details at bridgewellpro.com. And here's a little something for staying to the very end. If you like money and discounts, then I want you to post your favorite quote about confidence or self-confidence in the comments, and I'm going to respond with an incredibly generous discount. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to respond with an incredibly generous discount code. So thanks for listening, and until next time. And feel free to drop me your questions, and I'll address them in the next live. Okay. Bye, you guys. Have a great weekend.